quick before we jump into this video, I know the holidays are coming and everybody's visiting family. So when you're going out visiting and you want to take your sampler, your SP or your MPC, right here I have the analog case. The analog case from Analog Cases is by far the best case you can get for your MPC or your SP404 or anything you got. They got so many cases for so many different samplers, interfaces, computers. They got so much on their website now. Not just will fit to your instrument, but they'll put your sampler very snug, is not moving around, flying everywhere. They even got some space for your cables. Roll that up, put them in there. You can even throw an SD card or any external hard drive if that's what you need. Pack it up, put it in your car, take it with you. Have a good time when you're with your family, and know that when you come back home, you have all your cables plus your sampler inside of your case. Now, all of these cases are on sale right now, so make sure you guys check them out. I will leave a link down in the description of this video. Go ahead and check out what they have in analogcases.com, and using my link will get you an additional discount right now. So make sure you guys check them out and see what they got for your sampler. See, everybody's different when it comes down to how you deal with a mental block or when you just do not feel inspired. At least for me, I go out and I purchase records. I like going to record stores and just coming home with a stack of records. That just has me feeling excited to drop the needle and just see what I come up with. See, digging through records is a beautiful art as much as it is creating a beat on your MPC or any sampler. It's a very good feeling. If you have not felt it before, I highly suggest pick yourself up a record player and just start buying some vinyl records. And now here's the thing when it comes down to searching for different records is be patient and have fun and enjoy this process, because it's not always that you'll find some good records to sample from. At least for me, when you see these videos, a lot of people write in the comments like, oh man, how do you find these records? It takes time, and that's why I get so much joy when I do find that record. Of course, I film a video, I put it out, but believe me that there's so many times that I come back home and I'm just drop the needle and it's just nothing. But hey, there's one out of I don't know how many records I picked up that just resonates with me and makes it all worth it. Now, one thing I do when I come back home with a stack of records, and the best way for me to maintenance and dig through these records and keep what I like and disregard what I don't, is I will create a number of sequences in a project. Drum breaks are my best friend when I'm just searching for sample chops. I just throw some drum breaks and start digging through some records and just start creating small snippet beats or sequences, and I will save those program chops to my MPC so I can come back to these later and start building on these chops. I have some drums and I chopped up a sequence right here and I put them together. I actually want you to listen to it, right? This is what I have right here. Okay, so that's something, a quick sketch that I came up with. And again, this right here, as you can see right here, this is my drum program. Drum programs are just a small chops that you make. It doesn't have to be drums. It could be samples from records, but this is a drum program, and this is the name of this record. And I'm just dropping the needle, and when I'm dropping the needle, I'm just listening to whatever I like, and I start recording that, and I'll create that into a drum program. I name it, and I save that into my MPC or into your SD card. This is a sketch right here. But I'm going to come back to this later on. I might just replace those drums and put some different drums, or I might perfect it a lot more. But this feels so I'm actually really liking this a lot right now. Then again, this is just a sketch. I save that, and then I move on to sequence number 2. sequence number 3, and sequence number 3, I just laid down a different drum break. Shout out to AJ Hall. I'm using AJ Hall drum breaks. I'll leave a link down in the description. He's got amazing drum breaks. If you guys need any inspiration or any starters, check those out. Now right here, I'm in sequence 3, just a drum break. And I have another record right here queued up. I don't know if I'm gonna find anything. I don't wanna waste my time, but if I do find some gems in between these records, I wanna save those into a different drum program. And once I save that into a different drum program, I'm gonna, again, save that into my SD card that I have installed or inside of my MPC. And I'm just stacking a collection of different sample chops that I wanna come back to later on when I want to dial this stuff down. Like this, I'm not really feeling this. It's a little too old for me, but I'm enjoying those minor notes. Those minor notes, I'm willing to chop those up into individual pads. Once I have that into these individual pads, it might be a miss. I might have thought this was going to work, but guess what? Since I have drums queued up, I'm able to just... And I'll be the first to admit is that there's so many small seconds that I'll hear in a record and I'm like, oh, this sounds awesome. I'm going to chop this up. I put it in my MPC and I start building drums. And then I go to my sample and I realize that this doesn't work. This is trash. I'm not going to be able to work with this. And I disregard it. That's why I like drum breaks, because really fast with drum breaks and this idea that I just recorded, I'm able to sketch something out. Woo! Oh my goodness. I enjoy the sound of that. I like how that sounds. So what am I going to do? At this point, I'm actually going to save this. The name of that song, The Sweetheart of Sigma. I'm just going to give it my own name as long as I know it. I'll just put the TSOG chops. Hit do it. And there you go. I have that drum program with those sample chops right there. I already named that drum program. Now, before I lose this idea, I'm going to go ahead and record this sketch right here. Oh my goodness. I'm going now, moving over to sequence 4. That's all I'm doing right there. Now in sequence 4, I'm going to keep digging through this record. I got so many AJ Hall drum breaks. And let's keep digging through these records or these samples right here. And if I feel like something might sound good, I'll just hit play and listen to that drum break on top of this. I'm gonna sample that right here. Wow. Okay, I did not see that coming. Man, okay, see, my brain is just crazy right now. I have nothing organized, and this is why. This is just like my sketch paper right here, and I'm saving all these sample chops that I'm going to come back to later and really dial these in. Now this right here, already I'm pitching this down. Now again, I'm gonna go ahead and save that. Russian Lullaby. I would just save that right there. So right here, I'm just treating sequences as different beats. So I have beat 1, I have beat 2, and I have beat 3. In other words, I have 3 different sketches that I have saved of these sample chops. And by the way, if you are part of my sample sharing program, if you're subscribed and are a member of my YouTube channel, at the end of these videos, I release these sample chop programs to you. So you can download these after this video, upload them into your MPC1, MPC Live, or MPCX, and use these sample chops. Flip your own flips or recreate your own beats using some of these resources that I'm providing. That's for anybody that wants to follow along or anybody that wants to do their own flips with the sample chops that I'm doing. So if you are a member of this channel, download these sample chops after, load them up to your MPC. Now I'm gonna go through and keep digging through all these records, but one thing I wanna just really make clear is have fun. Take your time, enjoy the process of digging through samples, but just listening to music. Coming home with a stack of records, even if they're all records that have nothing in them, it's still a very fun art. It's a fun process. And I mean, I don't want you to like what I like, and I know I probably sound like I'm really forcing you to enjoy that process, but it's a very fun activity to do. I know I can dig through records here on YouTube. That's great, but there's nothing better than going out to a record store. If you do have one locally, if you do not, go on eBay, go online and just buy crates of records. Like people sell stacks of records for like $20, $30, and they'll ship them to you. Now, if you do not have a record player, there's so many cheap record players that you can start with. The one that I have is the AT or the Audio-Technica LP60. Pick this up. It's like $120, $130. It's very cheap for a record player. It sounds very good. You can pick this up. I'll leave links down in the description of this video to Zounds. Zounds is by far the best place you can shop for your musical instruments. They'll go ahead and ship out this stuff to you with no credit check. Same thing with an MPC. If you got an MPC, if you ever want to upgrade, check out Zound. They will hook you up when it comes down to just shipping your instrument, and you can set up a payment plan with them. Do not worry about your credit. They got you. Now, before I close out, I do want to show you how to save these drum programs to your external hard drive. Like we said, we got 3 beats right here. We got the first beat. These chops, now in order for us to save this, we could simply just go right here to your drum program section, go to this little pencil icon, and right here, you're going to have in your bottom left-hand side, save current program. Hit that, and once you select that, it's going to tell you where do you want to save this. I have my, as a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to put it into this SD card that I have installed in the back. Your SD card, if you have one, will pop up right here in the back. And right here, I'm going to put a new parent folder, and I'm going to call this drum programs. And right there, I'm going to save this drum program. Now, again, if you are a member, do not forget to download these drum programs. I'll leave them at the bottom of this video. I'll put a link or in our community tab. And for the rest of you, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I had a great time filming it. I'll catch y'all on our next video. Peace.